welcome to DevCast number 3. My name is still Baraki, and we're still looking at the Unwanted War. The past week has been rather busy with resource nodes. Now, I've been neglecting them for quite a while, for a long time, but finally they got some love. Some of them, like the steel resource node, has already been around for a while, so you can see it's a load of steel beams that bit by bit will be disappearing. So I can simulate it being depleted. This might change visually a bit because these are a lot of items, but you know, the overall look of it will remain the same. The fuel resource node for the Second World War now went into the one with the Foundation. This is also kind of final. You know, it's a load of jerry cans. It's fuel. It's a fuel depot. What you expect? I might change it a bit still, but for now, yeah. First World War gets the very same steel resource, but for a special resource, not for the monetary resource. However, this one got a bit of an upgrade for the ammunition. This is now the World War I ammunition resource node, which is, if I sneakily look into here, the monetary resource. So this will be the kind of default resource for most things. As you can see, it's a load of crates, bunch of ammunition. I know it looks like 9mm. You know, it's the asset I had. It still looks fine. A bit of a crate, then some more crates. These will still get a texture update to remove the text, but from what I can tell from research, crates very similar to this, mostly with rope handles, to be honest, were absolutely a thing in First World War. Crates like these, just wooden boxes, that's kind of the default. Sometimes a bit fancier, but most of the times cheap boxes made in the factories. So yeah, and as with the other resource nodes, they will slowly get depleted. This one is a bit more random in which box gets removed, which one doesn't. Let me undo this. This one got a major overhaul in what it looks like. It's a lot nicer now. In the Wild West, the gold resource node is still very much the same, has been unchanged. However, the ammunition resource node here has also changed. So now we're looking at some lovely barrels of gunpowder, of course, and some cannonballs, because there are cannons in the Wild West. And hello, Dapperman. Welcome in. As you can tell, this is live on Twitch. I'm still recording though. So on YouTube you will only see the recording. I apologize. But yeah, more crates, both of the plain kind and the rope handle kind. These are supposed to be rope handles. Yeah, kind of the same here. If we then look into the Nordic setting, so we have iron resource node, which is now, as you can tell, a bunch of iron. This really should not be much of a surprise. Iron in this one being the special resource, so the much more rare and less used resource. But in these iron chunks are actually stacks of iron. So whenever you start depleting this resource node, it will slowly and much more randomly deplete these resources. Yeah. The food resource node, which is the normal resource node, in the Nordic setting also got a bit of an update. We are also now depleting it in stacks. This is purely down to performance, to be honest. Yeah, but it now looks a lot cleaner. Before there was a mix of the meat and the fish. This is now much more separated, and it goes the same. It just gets depleted in stacks. This is all proportional to the amount you depleted, which differs on some settings. So, yeah. If we go to the Napoleonic era, the silver resource node now also finally got an update. This has been bugging me for a long time. Yeah. More people coming in. Welcome to the recording of DevCast number 3. Yeah, much bigger chunks now as well. Just because there's more items, so it looks visually a bit nicer. Silver in this setting being, of course, the monetary resource, it makes sense that there is a lot more. Yeah, as well, it being depleted bit by bit. The gunpowder resource node also got an update. Not too much of an update. I've done this a little while ago. Many barrels of gunpowder and loads of cannonballs. They don't disappear individually, so this is much more gradual. Then again, it is again the special resource, so much more gradual. If you look into the Middle Ages, yeah, I mean, let's be honest, it's silver. It's kind of gonna be the same. Not much of a surprise. However, the book resource node also got a big update. I mean, yes, it's a bunch of books. What do you expect? But there is now a lot more variety in it and looks much more imposing. So knowledge being the special resource in the Middle Ages, that's a bit of a hint, to be honest. But yeah, so it's very likely to stay like this. I'm gonna jump over the contemporary because nothing has changed. I can show you very quickly. The pound resource node is still just, stacks of money. I know it's called pound and it very much looks like dollars, but not dollars, I can promise you. The circuit resource node, yeah, we're not gonna look at that. I've not done that. Once we go into the ancient era, it gets very tricky. As you can see, I haven't updated the silver resource node yet. This was an attempt at it. I'm not happy with it. And the iron resource node is very much the stacks of iron, because the issue is I can have stacks of silver bars and stacks of silver bars. I wasn't happy with that, for obvious reasons. So I might do the silver resource node for the ancient era very much differently, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that one yet. So that's the update on all the resource nodes. That was a lot of tinkering and a lot of tweaking. But yeah, silver bears indeed, very much so. And the much more code focused thing I did is it looks very little. There's not much to see here other than 3 buttons, and 1 button automatically gets done. Yeah, I basically created a custom editor to switch the entire build over to a demo. So the plan very much is to create a demo for the Unwanted War. And I've already done a bit of work on it. Visual work, I've already done some writing for it. As you can tell, there already is a map. So, the demo... Thank you, Belt. It is a very lovely shirt. I'm very happy about it. yeah, essentially the demo will be a mini campaign consisting of 8 small missions, each mission taking place in a different era. So essentially, this is roughly what the ancient mission for the demo will look like. So you can tell there are some spawn beacons, there is a bit of a path, hills, loads of trees. But I'm not gonna spoil it more at the moment. It is still in the work, but yeah. And part of that task was simply to go through all the different units. I think the Legionary, yes. You can tell I created essentially copies of the data so that I have very distinct features between the normal game and the demo. So there won't be any overlap of the data, just on a technical side. As you can tell, the Legionary will be both in the normal game and the demo, just will be spawned differently and will have the units that can build will have slightly different features. But yeah, that's just a small sneak peek at the demo. This technical editor thing was just something I needed to do. Yeah, and I do believe that is the brunt of the information for DevCast number 3. And yeah, folks, thank you so much for watching the YouTube video.